because the Constitution requires it. People are saying, why? He's a murderer. The Constitution requires that you do it, unless there's an exception to the search warrant. And now we're here in this hearing. Had they just gotten the warrant, you wouldn't be given a free crack to the defense attorneys to cross-examine the police officers and to create a spectacle and to give this guy more public attention. Nevertheless, that said, there are exceptions to the search warrant requirement. And in this particular case, I think they're making a good case that they could be concerned that what's in that backpack could have immediately affected the safety, welfare, could be a bomb, could be a booby trap, could be a lot of things. So I think they're going to get by. My secondary problem that I've got with this case, been there, I know without a doubt it's happening. No one's talking about it, but it's the elephant in the room if you've ever done this work. The battle going on between the jurisdictions, federal and state prosecutors, who I assure you are in a tug of war over all sorts of things. Who goes first? Who's primarily responsible? What happens to the evidence? How is the evidence going to be evaluated? And by the way, different search and seizure laws that apply with regard to it and different punishments. So hopefully everyone's playing well in the sandbox and prosecutors have an actual plan about how to go forward. Last point, if this evidence is suppressed in any way, shape, or form in the state court, you can be assured federal prosecutors will step in and take it from there. And when you're in the fight, you tend to say things and think things, and you believe your position and you advocate. But afterwards, when you have time to decompress and time to mature, maybe additional information comes to your attention. This concerns me most about this case. If I were a judge, double murder, plot, plan, premeditated, you're not getting out. When I hear a prosecutor say that they're worried about the evidence in the case, now I'm starting to get nervous, because it's one thing to have a double murderer spend the rest of their life in jail. It's another thing to have an innocent or potentially innocent person. And we've all been around the block enough to know that sometimes in the heat of the fight, prosecutors cross lines. And I'm wondering whether or not, in the light of the fog going away, he's reconsidering the way he prosecuted. If I'm convinced as a prosecutor at any point in time that a conviction of somebody, even after serving 25 years, was wrongfully secured, even if it doesn't mean they're innocent, but wrongfully secured, then I am moving to dismiss the case or have them released from prison, because I don't want to take that chance. That's a lot different than showing her any level of mercy if she did do it. But I want to know what the motive is here, and I want to find that body. I want to find that baby's body. I don't know. One of the things that just jumped out at me, and I know this is like, you know, every now and again, like when you're investigating, you got to have a wide net, and you got to throw things out there. Like, I was wondering, is this just torture for the sake of torture, which it could be, or was there an attempt to sell this body of this baby? Because it wouldn't be the first time that people tried to sell the baby by cutting it out of the mother. Who knows?